Hi everybody. Oh, this is a great day to soak up the sunshine. What makes it even better is knowing that later today, this evening, move the rain showers and also the snow showers. So I'm taking all the sunshine I can get right now. But I thought it was also a good time for me to take a break from doing some lawn work, and we take another look at Jesus' words from the Gospel of John, the 14th chapter, where he says, hey, don't let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Now, if you've ever come to one of our Noel Bible studies, if you ever heard me do a sermon at Zion, very often I repeat this mantra. Look at the context. Context, context, context. Context is everything. In other words, what was the situation in which Jesus and his disciples found themselves when he spoke these words to them? Well, it's interesting. If you read the 13th chapter of John, you find that his disciples were seated with Jesus at the Last Supper. And this is supposed to be kind of a happy time, a joyful time. It's Passover time. And families would get together, groups of Jewish people would get together and celebrate God's great acts of deliverance. And the Passover was to happen the next night. This is not the actual Passover meal, but that would be the next night. But at this meal, it becomes Jesus' Last Supper. And some really bad stuff happened. By bad, I mean awful. Just left this feeling in the pit of your stomach like, oh, what is going on? Judas and Jesus had gotten into a little tiff, a little war of words, and Judas went off huffing into the darkness on his way to betray Jesus. There's a little conversation that Jesus had with Peter that didn't go so well either. Peter held up to be a traitor. A traitor. He was going to deny Jesus. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Oh, another gut shot. Not just for Jesus, not just for Peter, but for all those disciples. And now Jesus is telling them, don't let your hearts be troubled. Man, they're about as troubled as they can get right now. What is going on, Jesus? Why is all this happening? Why are you saying these things? And what do these words mean? Don't let your heart be troubled. And then, if you read on in the Gospel of John, and also it's happened before in the Gospel, Jesus has actually said those very words. My soul is troubled. My heart is troubled. And wow. Here he's telling them not to be worried. No, it's not like the song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, which I love, and I love to hum it. It's nothing like that, as we're about to see. Because it's in the midst of all this awful, gut-wrenching stuff happening that Jesus says these words. Don't let your hearts be troubled. Even in those gut-wrenching moments for Jesus, these words ring true. Don't let your heart be troubled. What he's telling the disciples is, the worst is yet to come. But in the midst of all the bad stuff, I am with you. I am with you. The Father is with you. We are here to give you an abundance of love, grace, comfort, support. I love these words of Jesus because they're words that help us to realize that no matter what we go through, no matter what bad times we encounter, we have a God who is there right by our side. We have a God who is with us even as he hangs on the cross. Don't let your hearts be troubled. It says that there are going to be difficult moments in our lives. but we have the power, we have the strength, we have the love to carry through. It's a love that comes from above, not from ourselves, but from above. Although, I do have to say this, it's the love coming from above, flowing through you, that helps others get through their difficult moments. Let's not forget that as we move ahead in the coming days, weeks, and months, and hopefully not too far into the distant future, as we continue to struggle with the pandemic, but also those other things that just kind of sneak up on us in life and give us a little shove from behind, and we get knocked down into the mud and the dirt. Let's get up. And let's remember, we have someone who's there to soothe our troubled hearts, our troubled souls, and to give us the strength to see our way through. You see the blue sky behind me? That's the promise of life. Life, because the green, see the leaves? They're popping out. Green all around. New life is emerging. Through the promises of Jesus, we have new life springing forth in our lives. God bless you on this day. As you move along, remember, Jesus does love you, and so do I.